on the Ibom Air saga, the passenger identified as Comfort Emmanson was filmed being forcefully removed from an Ibom Air aircraft after allegedly assaulting a flight attendant during boarding at Murtala Muhammed Airport, Lagos, on August 11, 2025. According to the airline, Emmanson became violent after being told her hand luggage needed to be checked in due to a lack of overhead bin space. Ibom Air stated that the passenger slapped a crew member, engaged in a physical struggle, and resisted instructions, prompting security intervention. Following her arrest, she was arraigned before a magistrate court in Lagos and remanded in Kirikiri Correctional Center pending trial. The airline also announced a lifetime ban on her. However, a video of the altercation, which showed the passenger's breast exposed as she was dragged off the plane, quickly went viral online, triggering widespread criticism over how the situation was handled and shared. Now, the series of backlash has trailed this one, and let's take this particular one from a Nigerian politician, Peter Obi, who condemned the manner in which the airline staff carried Comfort off the plane, stripping her clothes in the process. He said, and I quote, "I want to start by sincerely apologizing to the Ibom Air crew who were assaulted by Miss Comfort Emmanson. We must, as a society, learn and uphold good conduct, as it is a true measure of success and decent living. However, I must equally strongly condemn the dehumanizing treatment meted out to this young woman. Stripping her publicly was not only unnecessary, but also representing the height of rascality and abuse by our agency. It is unacceptable that she was hurriedly taken to court and remanded, while someone who visibly held a plane from taking off and put hundreds of lives at risk is still at large, with the government agencies and some state officials speaking up for him to be forgiven." This is one of it. Now, this other one is from actress Kate Henshaw. Actress Kate Henshaw faced some backlash too for initially reacting to the situation, in which she stressed the need for women to wear brassieres. She said, and I quote, "I always advocate for ladies to wear good supportive bra. It is very important. You never know when a situation like this might occur. This was not good at all. I know even see this video. Tallest, the video is bad. That is even circulating in terrible, as bad as decorum and all." All right, so on this particular one, I think I'll just halt it here and have your take on this. You know, what's your take on this whole Ibom Air saga and the angle at which Peter Obi and Kate Henshaw spoke about it?
Okay, so my take on this. First of all, I'm going to be starting with Madam Kate Henshaw.
Okay.
I mean, what she said was actually correct. It's extremely important that you put on undergarments before leaving your house, because you never can tell, anything can just happen. It was quite unfortunate that such a situation happened to the lady Comfort Emmanson in question.
Yeah.
But it still did not answer the question of the problem at hand. The situation on ground wasn't answered. I mean, she was rough-handed. We didn't get to see like the full, complete clips of what really went on the airline. We just had to see the aggravated aspect of her side, where they said she slapped the air hostess, and where she was aggressively pulled out of the aircraft, and her dress was torn into pieces and all that kind of stuff. So in my own take, I think the problem was supposed to be addressed properly. Whether she put on a good undergarment or not, it was her choice. I mean, you could advise someone from now till tomorrow. It is what they want to do. That is what they will do. So that's my take on that. Then on Mr. Peter Obi, he did advocate properly, because on the other issue of the other person who was let go easy and they were pleading on his behalf, I feel if you just have if you know someone that knows somebody that knows someone, I think it's easier for you to get away with a lot of things. But in the case of Comfort Emmanson, I don't think she has anybody in power, or she doesn't even know anybody. So it's just her and herself alone. So when the whole situation escalated, I mean, it was easier for them to reprimand her and take her straight to Kiwi without even trial. I think they said on news that she was going to await trial. And I mean, it is not a federal crime. It is not something that would take her to Kiwi. It wasn't just worth it at all. So Mr. Peter Obi spoke well on the situation. I agree with what he said. I'm not disputing his facts, and so I am also agreeing with Madam Kate Henshaw. I'm not disputing her fact, but let's not forget that we should not forget the bone of contention here. If a situation comes on, I think we should all try to address situations with calmness and hospitality. The air hostess, I don't think she wasn't really hospitable. She wasn't really hospitable from the whole clips that I saw. She wasn't really hospitable, and it was something not really nice. So that's just my take on it. I mean, that's just my take on the whole issue.
Amazing. Talking about the man that held the plane to ransom with hundreds of passengers inside. I heard he has been made an official in the aviation sector. It's funny, but we actually, I don't know, when you say know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, is this being fair to us citizens of Nigeria that don't know anybody? And what does know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody mean? And for us that don't know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, how do we fare when situations like this occur?
Well, the first question, it is not being fair, but in a situation whereby a person just goes into trouble or runs into trouble rather, because they have someone that they can actually call on, it will be easier for the situation to be rectified. That's what I meant by when you know someone that knows someone. So it will be easier for the situation to be rectified. But a situation whereby you do not have someone who you can call on in times of trouble, it's going to take a mighty long time. It's going to take a mighty long time. We can see in her situation, if the people did not speak up, like Nigerians, the people from the industry, the actresses, Mr. Peter Obi, or the musician Simisola, if they all had not come on air to talk about it, I am very sure she would still be in Kiwi by now. But because she had us, we are the voice, so we spoke on her behalf. But in a situation whereby someone does not even know anybody in the political setting, I mean, you just be in Kiwi and nobody will even know anything about the situation. It should just be buried like that. So that's just it.
I mean, it's a sad thing and a sad place we find ourselves. Now, to young ones who go into public sectors and to that handles the public, yeah, they give service to the public, and they find themselves in situations like this. How do you advise they handle such altercations? Maybe from a customer, because now to Ibom Air, Comfort Emmanson is a customer to them. And where is that statement where they say the customer is always right? Because was she treated fairly as a customer? And for other people that are seeing this, would they want to board such aircraft? Because no, the question now is, what triggered her to get into that state of mind where she is even being violent with the people who are enjoying the service, the people who are supposed to serve her in the aircraft? Now, and as somebody who is in touch with the public, yes, as somebody who teaches, what's your advice to people in the public sector, people who have relationship with the public on a every single day, and when they encounter cases like this, how they should handle it?
Okay, in my own opinion, first of all, I think people need to be hospitable. It is extremely paramount. You need to be hospitable, know how to handle people. You need to be hospitable and all of that. So, in her own situation, the air hostess, I don't think she was nice. She wasn't hospitable. She wasn't welcome. I feel there are many ways which you could actually handle a situation. I feel there are many ways you could handle a situation. Your tone matters a lot. How you say something to someone matters a lot. Was she nice when she was talking to her? Was she aggressive when she was talking to her? Did she talk to her in a way that made her feel like she was less of herself? That is the question that we need to answer. So if you are a public figure, you should mind your character. There was something I read some time ago. It said, when you are in a public space, mind your character, mind the words you say, mind your reaction is extremely important, especially if you're a public figure. Even if you act the right way, there are some persons that will still want to find fault in that thing that you have done.
Yeah.
That's just it. So it is extremely important that you always check yourself, your mental health. Make sure you are mentally all right. Make sure your emotions is in check. Make sure that your mood swings, everything is in check. You are not angry before going to meet somebody, in order not to pass off aggression and all that kind of stuff. So in her own situation, I don't think the lady was like, she was probably in a happy mood. I don't think she was, or maybe she was trying to be professional. But in the moment of being professional, she didn't handle the situation properly. I mean, there are ways which you could actually speak to someone and they would listen to you.
Yeah.
From the reports that I read online, they said she didn't know how to turn off the phone, or like the power button wasn't working and she wasn't able to put the phone on airplane mode or something like that, and the people around her had to help. But the air hostess wasn't even helping issues at all. She was she was aggressive towards her, she spoke rudely to her and all that kind of stuff. But I think as a public figure, you should also mind your words which you say to people.
Yeah.
You are only saying, you are not at the receiving end. The other person who is a listener is the one who is at the receiving end. So as a public figure, you should mind your attitude in public, mind your emotions. You should put them in check in order not to pass off aggression if you are already pissed off or something like that. So yeah.
As a